So here's the element is that we know the reflective beam can penetrate water. It penetrates water to get out of the atmosphere. So just keep shooting the Yamato where it lies. You obviously don't want to capture it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back to another episode of Space Battleship Yamato. We're on episode 8 today. We just got done episode 7. I would normally bring up the board, but there was no changes to the board. No new characters. Nobody died, conceivably, that I know that we knew the names of before. I know I had questions about the guy who got seemingly thrown off the ship. But one, I couldn't recognize anybody missing from the bridge whose name we already knew. And there's no confirmation that that person actually got thrown completely from ship or has been lost in a meaningful way. So that's just going to continue on as though no changes have happened. The links below will still exist, so if you want, you can still look at the board as it is and then tell me I'm wrong if it turns out that there's something did change. That said, though, I do have notes, so let's go back in with some notes. It's amazing that the show's science is right when it comes to Pluto's orbit, distance, all the astrophysics type facts, and then just gives the planet atmosphere and life that they don't have. It's picking and choosing its facts, which I guess leaves the audience on the back foot as to what to expect. Like a more hard sci-fi show would leave all the facts default and then introduce new, also accurate variables to explain things that they want to add. This isn't a complaint, mind you. I'm just going with the flow on this. Just feels like a chin scratcher. Even though Schultz made the correct choice to hold back, given their lack of information and want to set up the perfect trap to take out the Yamato, in reality, Gantz was in the right prior. If they had full-on assaulted the Yamato when it was limping around and damaged like Gantz was recommending, then the show would have been over. I mean, thankfully Schultz was too cautious, but just an observation. Still slightly confused as to why Kodai was sent out to lead the squad. Why not Saburo or Akira, the two squad members that we already know exist? I get the point of not using the wave motion gun against the Pluto base, and lucky for them that they chose not to, or Schultz's entire plan would have been for not. But where was the holding back when it came to Jupiter? Seems like a bit hypocritic considering the uniqueness of that floating continent and the life that was on it and the greater scope of the solar system. The Yamato's anti-air missiles remind me of what Lessons and I thought the Legend of Galactic Heroes defense missiles were in the Gaiden episodes that we watched. I mean, before we figured out that they were just fired into the back of their own defense grid by mistake. The guy that rushed up and offered to take over the repair job, they were wearing a blue uniform on the bridge. Was that Sanada? Like I said before in my board thing, I don't have any confirmation one way or the other. This is me telling you. Is that Sanada? Because if it's not, then that's nobody that we know that I can figure out. And lastly, we have the translator's notes. Schultz said the reflective satellite cannon is more powerful than the wave motion gun, but the Yamato only suffered medium damage from a direct hit. Maybe he underestimated the power of the wave motion gun as well as the armor of the Yamato? Earth science could only destroy Gammalith ships with missiles in episode 1, but only fighter guns were needed to destroy their ships in this episode. Starsha's capsule may have contained the weakness of the Gammalith's alloy. Of the Gammalith's alloy. Sorry, I said this before, I appreciate that the translators are pointing out the same things that I'm pointing out during my reaction, but of course I get the opportunity to point them out first, because their notes come at the very end of the episode. But they're two facts that I also pointed out at the time. And I guess actually, that was my last note, but on the timeline thing that I've been writing down, It's been another 3 days. Because again, October 14th was when we went to Titan, retrieved the Cosmonite to repair Yamato's engines, fought a gameless patrol, and encountered the wreckage of the Yukikaze, which when we had 359 days left. Last episode, we went to Pluto, got sunk in Pluto's oceans, and are trapped by Pluto base with only 356 days left, which means it's now October 17th. Do I remember what year it is? It is 2199. Okay. So conceivably, if there is a problem with, say, a leap year or something, if we go that far, I mean, we should, because we still have that much time left, then I can conceivably look forwards into a future calendar for 2199. Because obviously I'm not going to be able to figure out off the top of my head when leap years happen. I am too dumb. That said, though, those are my notes. So let's go ahead and hop on into the episode and see how the Yamato is going to survive, because clearly there's going to be more show.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Esper Yamato, destroy the reflective satellite cannon. Look, I already know that this is 1974. There is no chance we're going to get any second openings or anything. This is going to be straight up 40-ish, 40 episodes? I don't know how many episodes this is. Straight up however many episodes of the same opening. And here's the element of it. That is just something. Granted, I don't think this is meant to be watched the way that we're watching it, so you're only meant to hear this every so often. Whereas even the shows that I love the openings for, they do sometimes get a little old to hear over and over again. If you go back to my Magic Knight or Ray Earth reactions, how much I loved the guitar riff at the very beginning. And then by episode 20, I'm just like, yeah, love that music. Not going to do the hand motions anymore. I don't have any strong feelings about the opening song to Space Battleship Yamato, or the 1974 version anyway. Obviously, I haven't heard any of the other versions. It's fine. It's a good sci-fi theme. Granted that. I've heard worse. It's just not, so good that I'm pushing it up in my brain anywhere. Well, less than 1 year. What did I say? How many days were left? 356 days left. So it's been a little over a week. A little over a week, and we're still at Pluto. I mean, we sealed some of the hull segments. I say, even if you do sink, you're a spaceship. At worst, you repair and then take off again. I think I mentioned this before. I don't know why, if you were the Pluto base, you would just keep firing. He doesn't care that you won. So here's the element, is that we know the reflective beam can penetrate water. It penetrates water, to get out of the atmosphere. So just keep shooting the Yamato where it lies. You obviously don't want to capture it.
艦長、未確認物体が接近中です。
潜水艇か魚雷か
多分潜水艇です。
艦長、もう我慢できません。
I mean, technically it should be torpedoes first and submarines behind them.
よし、攻撃隊を組織しろ。はい。南部。はい。アナライザー、佐藤、根本、杉山を直ちに探索艇に集めろ。
小田君、冥王星の分布地位。
サンキュー。南部来い。真田工場長、修理状態。
Okay, it is Sonata. He's fine.
あと8時間はかかると思います。よし、新も古代と合流して敵の攻撃基地の破壊工作に回ってくれ。あ、古代。
Why?
探索艇の発進準備はいいか。準備
He's the engineer. You have a whole flight crew.
注水開始。はい、注水開始。
And worse than that, you're all going on one ship. I thought you were going to take the fighter vessels out into the water. I mean, I don't know how you're identifying them. I mean, clearly they must be gameless, and clearly they're submarines because they're underwater. But never before has an Earth vessel encountered a gameless sub before. To know that to put those two things together, I feel like. You're all on the bridge that's underneath it, right? So now you're all upside down by your own perspectives. And not for nothing, again, you're 8 hours away from being fully operational. And getting more damaged. Yeah, destroy it before you get found out. Never a good idea to tell your subordinates to do a thing or you'll get in trouble. By the way, that klaxon, good tell if you're playing a 70s to 80s video game and low on health. Oh, is that what he meant? Sorry. I was like, how is he going to repair the ship if he's not even on the ship? Classic super weapon with an exhaust port. Star Wars already came out before this, I have to believe. Oh, no, I was wrong. This came out 3 years before Star Wars. Yeah, again, I just don't understand why you just didn't keep firing at the Yamato. You wanted to be sure, Make sure there was no ship left.
8号衛星反射板オープン。
反射板が開きました。
潜水せよ。潜水します。反射衛星砲発射。間一髪だ。あいつは海の中では無力なんだ。
光線砲の発射地点を確認しました。
Is
AF3 の
it?
102です。
I mean, it penetrates the water to fire in the first place.
水中ミサイルで基地の一帯を叩け。はい。みんなあれを見ろ。ヤマトのミサイル。そうか。あの辺りに反射砲があるんだ。反射衛星砲の基地を狙ってきているようです。
Okay. I guess I just... Sorry. Little secondary distraction there for a second. I must have been distracted by the fact that they were firing nukes, because I heard missiles. Those were clearly mushroom clouds. Also, he knows that Sanada and the crew are on their way there, and still bombarded the area anyways.
もう3時間しかない。よし、敵にもう一度ヤマトに向かって光線砲を撃たせよう。アナライザー、ヤマトに連絡だ。
Depth charges for the oceans of Pluto.
このままだと船の傷を深めるだけだ。班長、特別攻撃隊から光線砲を撃たせてくれと要請してきました。排気筒が突き止められないそうです。よし、浮上してガミラスに攻撃させろ。はい。
I mean, this is just a fucking insane series of events. We're so damaged that we have to spend an assault team out there to take out the main weapon. But in the meantime, we're getting even more damaged and inciting more of the super weapon attacks. I mean, it's funny. It's funny because, you know, the Gamless sensor system can just fucking see everything. They got shot by this thing multiple times and didn't know where it was coming from. Man, how is it penetrating the water from underneath, but it can't penetrate the water from the top? You think he still has his brother's gun? Or is it just his gun? And thus, the concept of Grimer was born. Or Muck, whichever you prefer. so they inflate or deflate as a self-defense mechanism. It doesn't seem like it did anything. I mean, it literally just went a little over your hand. Didn't melt the hand. It didn't do anything obviously negative. Yeah, I mean, Analyzer is magnetized. We've seen that happen many times. So, no threat of Analyzer sliding down. Did one of these guys have a black uniform? I guess someone was just seeing over someone's shoulder, and one of them had a black uniform. I was just thinking to myself, the black uniform is the best looking one out of the bunch, and then suddenly it's all white uniforms. Okay, yeah, there he is. He just wasn't in all the other shots for some reason. That implies that he is like part of the fighter squadron forces, right? The Black Tigers, I think it was. The old throw a shoe into the room and see what happens trick. I mean, put some of them into that sedation chamber that you were showing off in episode 2 or 3. No, it was the floor doing it. I thought it was some sort of like static connection between the ceiling and the floor. Okay. I thought there was like a real threat, like we were going to see him slide off or have to overcome something. So all that tension we had for Sadan right there, just going over the thing, and they just instantly killed the next guy in the next scene. Again, it just feels like Analyzer is more high-tech than any other thing that they control. I'd say that they were the equivalent of red shirts, but Kodai is literally wearing a red shirt. It's a bomb with an H on it. I wonder what its magnitude is going to be. It's the triumphant Yamato music. Gotta think this is gonna succeed. Also, the holes on the ship have been repaired. I guess that has been 8 hours.
前進してきます。反射衛星砲。
At the same time, I don't know what they're doing about oxygen. Unless, again, they're claiming that Pluto just has oxygen.
2号衛星反射板左へ5度。移動。待てガン。どうやらヤマトは反射板の開くのを見て潜水していくようだ。今度は別の反射板を使い。は？ヤマトの視覚を利用するのだ。1号衛星と3号衛星を使ってヤマトの
Pretty smart move by Schultz. Obviously, it's going to be too late because the bombs are going to go off around the gun.
1号衛星3号衛星反射板オープン。 反射衛星砲発射。
Again, remember, the wave motion gun can destroy continents. This thing is more powerful than that. And the Yamato has taken repeated hits from it.
前方に爆発確認。
Would you say hydrogen bombs? Because that was my guess. Will ya? I'll say, yeah, it feels like your base is pretty strong. Hell, your home planet's bases are all underground. Now we're turning it into Sea Lab.
艦長、ガミラスの艦隊が逃走していきます。ガミラスの冥王星基地は終わりだ。
I don't know why you would retreat at this point. Your boss is gonna fucking kill you if you go back home. You might as well just send it all at Yamato right now. You've got the advantage. I'm starting to think this guy's just a figurehead.
冥王星全盛基地が全滅しました。全滅だと？ああ、シルスのガンツはかろうじて艦隊と共に脱出しましたが。脱出？戦闘を放棄したのだな。
I mean, yeah, arguably they should have gone all in to attack the Yamato. Migrating now, after you've done all of this? Is that why you're... Does he look human because he chose to look human? Also, might explain why Gamma looks the way it why it looks the way it does. It's a previous victim of the Senate bombing.
私も行きたいわ。ご苦労さんって言ってあげたいんです。
Also, maybe pay respects to the dead that we've lost. Mass Analyzer, we know what you're about. Also, they're taking up seats that you're going to need to go back to.
それはヤマトの前途に明るいものを感じさせましたが、ガミラスの陰謀は深い。急げヤマトよイスカンダルへ。 球の人々は君の帰りを待っている。人類絶滅まであと354日。人類絶滅まであと354日。
I mean, I guess at the very least it means no more bombing. Not that's going to do much for the radiation problem. So that fight took 2 days. Remember, 356 days before, now 354. The fight on Pluto took 2 days. So I'm just waiting for the translator. There we go. Now sunk in the sea of methane on Pluto. Used the third bridge, which is now upside down. I don't care about the dub voice and stuff. I don't know anything about the actors back then. The indigenous creatures on Pluto were painted with special clear blue paint and airbrushed. Weak point of the paint is the unevenness and the scratchiness are noticeable too. Yeah, something you notice in old shows. The environment from Pluto Base, which started in 2190, ended on October 19th, 2199. October 19th. October 19th. Let's see, I said 2 days. I said last one was October 17th at 3:56. They said 3:54 now. 2 days later, October 19th. The translators are confirming that my timeline is correct. Again, I'll point out from the first date that we got, we haven't gotten any other dates until right now, which is from the translators, of course. But they're keeping the same numbers. I mean, I don't feel like fucking brilliant here. All I've done is opened a calendar, and then I kept track of the days that have gone by. I just feel vindicated when my numbers turn out to be right, because I so often make mistakes. That said, though, I mean, I don't really know what else to add here at the very end. This isn't one of those episodes where something major has happened to question the events at play. The element that their Führer had plans to migrate to Earth after bombing the fuck out of it, right? That's a bit weird. And also the element that he looks human, but then again, Gantz and Schultz look human. So apparently it doesn't mean much either. But I guess it feels like they're migrating their capital world. Like, the element that they're not actively bombing their sister planet seems a bit weird. But that they also don't want to move to the planet, that seems to be fine. Again, for me, it feels like an Apocalypse New Genesis thing from DC Comics. And the fact that they live underground and it appears to be a bombed out planet, and then wanted to move or migrate to another bombed out planet with underground housing, just feels like something that they do now. That maybe Gamulus isn't even where they come from. Anyway, that's the real turnaround that I feel like, theory-wise, coming from this episode, because otherwise it was just Star Wars. I mean, essentially, this came out before Star Wars, so I'm gonna say Star Wars is essentially Space Battleship Yamato, but you know what I'm saying. That said, though, I think that's it for this episode. So once again, I've been Theta, this has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?